Welcome to Shattered Ships, brought to you by Fandom Encounters. This is your DM Matt, guiding you on your pirate adventure through the seas of Corsair. Join our party, the Human Fey Wanderer Ranger Tesha Gwyn, played by Bobby, the Sea Elf Pirate Kensei Monk Trigger, played by Seth, and the Owlin Swords Bard, played by Alan, as they do their best to navigate this new world and find their place in it. In Corsair, where piracy is freedom, and freedom is dangerous. Last time with Shattered Ships, our Curse Breakers got their very first assignment. After waking up in the Forgotten Escape after their first harrowing night in Cursed Cove, they had arranged a meeting with Gilda Deepmaw, the head of Cursed Cove, thanks to their willingness to assist the Crimsonwood Svetzel family, who go way back with Gilda. On the way to see Gilda, you saw a few Dragonborn preparing a boat to go out into the harbor for fishing and salvaging whatever had been washed up from your shipwreck most recently. Triggs taking the opportunity to be a lookout, keep a watch. You guys met the Wing of the Land, Lance Evenstride, who walked you to Gilda's quarters. Having met the Wing of the Air, Blanche Featherin, when you guys first arrived, as she was helping kind of fish people out of the water in the middle of the night. And meeting with Gilda, you got some backstory on the Curse Breakers, their mission, how Gilda tracks them, but also how every Curse Breaker reports to Lance. So Lance is in charge of everyone in the land, including the Curse Breakers, and he decides kind of what missions. He gives postings for what might be good for which team. The first mission, of course, was one delivered by Gilda herself, the House of Violence, a series of ghost occurrences haunting a fairly nice mansion in a merchandising district. Because you all had come so well recommended, it was a chance for all of you to kind of earn your own home in a place of operations here in town. As long as you, Gilda asked you to go ahead and kill the ghosts that were inhabiting the place. And then also gave you a basilisk venom so you guys can cover your weapons in it so that normal weapons can do damage to ghosts, as long as you are preparing to do that sort of thing. And a contact with Akis Barley, the shop owner next door to the House of Violence, where you learn that he had been sneaking into the house to pilfer some things. And in the interest of forging a nice connection with your future neighbor, potentially, he was nice enough to you, even though you all could kind of see through his guises, I should say. You were given a... What is it? You were given half of a locket, so this sort of a silver star-shaped pendant that he had taken from this house. There were a number of artifacts you found upon entering this house, which, thanks to Kachi's investigation of the sign, you found out is not the House of Violence at all. It is the House of Violets. By touching some of these artifacts, you were all given visions of the lives of the people who used to live here. Touching a bone saw, you got to see a tiefling performing a very quick and dangerous operation on this small, shorter than Violette, I should say, shorter elven woman. Touching a ship in a sphere, you saw sort of a perspective on a shipwreck very much like your own. There was a violet inside like a resin container, and you saw the wedding of two of the people who used to live in this house. You all managed to enter through sort of this entryway into a living area that opened on to like a courtyard with two tombstones near this tree. You saw one tombstone seemed to be likening to a set of parents. The other tombstone somewhat defaced, but you were able to sort of read some of the inscription there. And I think that is all of the like artifacts that you were all able to sort of look through, liberate, and find the histories of. at least as far as my notes go. But as it is now, our pirates, our scallywags, are inside this living room, at least because that's where I dropped you. You guys could have headed wherever you'd like to go. But we have our updated tokens on Roll20. For those of you tuning in to stream, you can see their new art. As looking around, you found some nice little evidence or backstory pieces to this ghost story. You know the ghost is most active at night, and you've been searching through town to this house, beginning your investigation around midday. It's not too late into the afternoon as you guys continue your investigation. But you do know at some point the sun will go down, and that's when things may get a little bit more perilous generally. But you guys have realized going and seeing these visions sometimes does seem to have a psychic effect on you all. But as Glenn, Triggs, and Kachi are in the living room, where are our heroes searching or investigating or looking towards?
On the list, did we include the painting? The last note that I had.
Yes, the painting on the far end of this room being a depiction of the entrance or the exit of Cursed Cove. So this, like, the rocky outcroppings, kind of the maw of rocks rising up out of it. That there was a ship. You guys saw a ship leaving this in a vision last time.
Yeah, the last note that I have was a touch of painting, and I see myself painting the two women, the operated woman and the purple tiefling.
Yes.
Was that inside?
Oh, that was inside the photo, like almost like photo album-esque, and that was seeing like the.
Gotcha.
I think it was a painting of this wedding ceremony.
Perfect.
And you could see that there was the two women, this tiefling, because I think I flipped and like showed the art of them. This tiefling woman and this, I think I said it was half-elven woman. And you also saw sort of this like older gentleman, almost like seating in the only kind of member of the crowd of their union.
This place makes me sad.
It feels dangerous. As I'm like looking around.
Yeah. But like, not in like a typical like, you have to walk the plank kind of way. Kind of like a, I don't know, dealing with your past sucks kind of way, you know?
I don't know if anybody can hear it. Very crackly.
Yeah, there's a lot of crackling happening.
Crackling on my end?
It was while you were frozen, so I think there was like something happening on your end.
Great. My computer does not like this.
This place is sad, and also it makes our technology also sad.
Also sad.
Yeah.
My sending stone is being really weird.
Yeah, gosh.
Do I sound all right now?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Like an angry.
Anybody check out that door? Awesome.
What door? The
one that goes to the other half.
Yeah.
No, you want me to shoot it?
Save your bullets, kid.
Yeah, that's smart. I should use it to shoot people or ghosts.
Usually open doors, not shoot them.
Yeah,
try to
sometimes you have to... Oh, okay. I can do that.
And I go over and I try and open the door.
Triggs, you run over, stash your pistol as you open it, and you are able to push this door open. Doesn't seem to be hindered by any way. Give me a perception check as you push this open,
Yeah.
Triggs.
13. Sorry, 14.
Nice. You when you go to like open it, you see that like someone has there is a lock, but someone has broken it. Presumably, Akis Barley has investigated at least this far into the house, and you open this door. And Triggs, being the first one to sort of cross the threshold of this part of the house, you see you opens it up into sort of a wider, kind of larger section of the room of the house. Basically, it is the same size as the living room and the entryway, kind of combined. Looking ahead, you just see kind of like these heavy wooden floors, like dark walls as well. It's kind of very like dark in what would feel like a homey way. It doesn't feel too like ominous or imposing. You can see there's like a series of like paintings along the walls. Looking up to your right, you kind of see that there is like a stairwell going to a second floor, and then deeper into this room, like there's rooms off to like the left. But even as like this door opens, there is it is like a perfect balance of almost like a sickly smell of what may have been herbs at one point but that have gone bad, where some of them still smell kind of good and some of them smell like, okay, maybe something has spoiled a bit. And you can kind of almost in that layered smell, you can get a sense of like a lot of cooking has been done. Things were like well grown. There's earthy smells that don't smell like spoiling, but there are some smells where it's like, okay, maybe this place needs washed.
I call dibs on anything I see first.
Oh my god.
All right.
And I'm gonna run over to. My eye catches this giant curved sword on a table over in the corner.
Yeah.
Yes, stepping inside Triggs, the most like probably more out of place object here is this like curved scimitar on this big like heavy stone table. There's like scuffs and things around it. Seemingly there's been several places where people have like eaten or dropped goblets, maybe a stain or two here that wasn't cleaned up exactly all the way. Just kind of spread out, well loved, well used, without kind of being ceremoniously kept. But sitting in like the middle of this table is this like silvered scimitar with sort of like this black hilt wrapped or black like leather wrapped around the hilt, kind of sitting in the middle of what would be like a dining room. This is not like something you cut your meal with. This is something else.
Wow. I touch it.
You touch it. Go ahead and give me a wisdom saving throw.
Yeah.
Yeah, make it a high one.
Yeah. Really aiming
Are we
for
taking damage when we do this? Isn't this bad?
8.
Triggs, you grab onto this scimitar, and you are like immediately like once like you feel like a hot like breath on the back of your neck as you just hear. And you like have your hands curled around this scimitar, and like a flash of kind of like raising it, and it feels like you are not attacking with this, you are defending yourself with this, but there is a flash of movement. The scimitar happens. You do take 8 psychic damage as you snap back this silvered scimitar in your hands, no longer causing any ill effects, but you do have a silvered scimitar.
Cool. I forgot that I wasn't supposed to touch shit.
What?
Ow.
What'd you touch? Oh,
The
my
sword!
goodness.
Look at it! It's
Huge. And it's, I don't know, I guess, a little shorter than I am. It's a nice
I feel
big
like as
old
far as
sword.
length goes, it's a scimitar, but it's almost like a shorter version of it. Someone not like terribly tall probably wielded this, almost like between the length of like a dagger and a sword, somewhere between a weapon and a tool.
A scimitar, though, is not a symbol weapon, correct?
I think it is.
Does it count as a martial? Or
I think it's Marshall.
Oh,
I can check.
Yeah.
I can check.
because it isn't like terribly. It isn't because it isn't a martial tool. I would also like count it as a short sword that does like slashing damage if it helps you, because it is just here as a tool for someone who wasn't like a warrior who used this.
Cool. This sword is mine now, and I claim it in the name of my bounty. I mean booty. I mean both. This is gonna be the first of my pirate treasure. Also, was one of you breathing on my neck? Because that was weird.
Breathing?
No.
Cool, because you know how I feel about
Awesome.
close physical contact. Nope.
No. This is
It's a no.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So it's just me then.
Hmm.
Cool.
Can I look at the sword and just be like, is there anything with my family's history of making some swords?
Ooh,
Do you want to touch it so you can see closer?
I'm good. You can keep it for now. I'm just gonna look at it and stare at it.
Yeah,
it'll fuck you up.
Give me an investigation check with advantage because it does deal with weapons which your family crafts.
Cool. Oh, okay, nice.
Oh, did you say what it was? I missed it.
Oh, sorry, 19.
Oh, 19. Nice. Looking at this silvered weapon, you get the sense that it was like not. It was like it started off as like this is not like an immaculate weapon of any kind. This is something that has been simple, that has been made to be elevated. So like you can see where someone has like taken the care to like silver this blade to add a little element to this. I would even say with a 19, you probably get the sense that like, okay, the fact that they did this to make it themselves, they're probably trying to customize it. They didn't like go out and buy a silvered weapon. This is like a weapon with a silvered coating. They were on like the DL trying to like counter maybe something specific.
Cool. No, just keep the sword for now. It's pretty good. You might it'll be good about very specific enemies. I'll tell you that. It's a nice coating of silver on there.
Like people who wear gold instead. It doesn't match their skin tone. Like don't mix your metals or like.
Would I know that this could be used for ghosts or like werewolves or?
I would say that you probably like you get the sense that it could probably be used for like give me a history check with advantage as well.
Cool. I'm like, I don't want to like say shit that Alan knows, and I'm just living in the forest. Fuck, that's a natural 20, so maybe.
Like, okay, sometimes like your family would get asked to craft things like for a specific reason. Like you guys are like you're from like the impossible woods, so there are like shades and shadows and like corrupted like poisoned like tree creatures that sometimes like get a little close to Morales. So sometimes you have to arm like the like guards and things with weapons that can do damage towards like undead and cursed things. And I'll even say with a nat 20. Triggs asked if any of you were breathing on down his neck. You're looking at like the silvering of this weapon, the way that it's been coated. You can get the sense that like, yeah, it would definitely do damage to a ghost's, but it was probably crafted to tackle something a little more robust. Something stronger, likely something like a werewolf.
Got it. Little, you know, black boy. That blade, more slashing. Werewolf did it.
I'm not gonna lie. Everything that you just said sounded like a different language to me, and not just mechanically in the game, also on your microphone.
Your microphone clipped a lot.
Yes.
But I know what you said, and I know it was good. I know what you said, and I know it was good. I know what you said.
Like
I
it
know
was like it was like a Peanuts parent just being
It
like
was.
wah, 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 and all I'm seeing is I have a sword. I have a sword. I have a sword. Try talking again, Alan.
Triggs was just so distracted by.
No, you
now
can't
we
hear you at all.
hear you. But I know. But you're so beautiful and handsome and
Your headphones
and
look so
talented.
great, and your like center part is so
And-
nice. It's
and
very
I like the
nice.
shirt.
I don't know it. I don't know. What are the dots tell you? What are your options there? Headphones. I can. No.
I heard robot.
But maybe if you leave and come back, maybe now that you're plugged, stay plugged.
Yep.
Stay.
Mm-hmm.
No.
In the meantime, poor thing.
Poor
Cool.
Alan.
Well,
Okay, well,
Gwen, wait, I forget. Do I know you're Gwen yet?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay.
No.
Alan, try talking.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
Yes.
lovely and
Okay.
loud.
Am I staticky?
No.
No.
Am I talking quietly?
No.
No.
All right.
But the only thing I would say is that it sounds like a slight, like half-second lag, but that's
You
fine.
know what? That's okay.
It is okay.
And the scale of tech
Everything is
issues.
okay.
Maybe all of our computers are haunted.
Yeah.
By werewolves.
So what I said is that, because of blacksmithing, your sword there is good for, undead, ghosts, stuff like that. But because it's a little bigger, it's, more for like slashing and stuff like that. I'd say that's probably good for a werewolf.
There's storming werewolves around here. Sail
End of
off.
1,000 curses. Oh, you are excited about that. That is terrifying. Okay, cool.
Yeah, it's like a regular wolf, which I haven't seen much of, but it's worse. So it's cool.
Much, much worse.
Very cool. Gwen, I feel bad because you're technically the captain. Do you want this first?
No, that's yours. And I have my my battle fans if anything gets close, but I've never fought a werewolf. I will say that. But that's actually good news. I want to keep an eye out for any small animal that might be inside, or like a squirrel, rat, something like that. If one pops up, because I think they'll understand what a werewolf is far more than what a ghost is.
Fair.
But I've personally never dealt with a werewolf.
If I'm adding scimitar to my inventory, do I just add a regular scimitar and I'll just mark that it's silvered?
Yeah. I don't know if there's a separate like inventory thing in D&D Beyond for silvered weapons.
No, I'll just make sure I
You can even
mark
change the
them
name
now.
of it if you want to. Silvered scimitar.
Yeah, in the customize button,
Oh.
there's a silvered button.
Nice.
Oh.
And then Gwyn, if you want to, go ahead and give me a nature check, like as you enter into this room. Nature check, just kind of look around to see what's going on.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's what intrigued me was this extension of nature maybe into the room. I was kind of curious what that was.
So
what's going
kind
on
of
there.
peeking around, there's kind of this doorway here into kind of what seems to be almost like a drying room. So there's plenty of herbs and plants kind of hanging in here.
Dirty 20.
Nice. Yeah, so in
Good,
this
I'm not
drying
getting
room, it's open to the greenhouse outside, and the greenhouse on the exterior is kind of covered in grime a little bit, so it's hard to exactly see through. But from this room here, looking out the window, you can see that the plants are still pretty well taken. Like they seem to have been a little overgrown, but at one point it was well taken care of. There's like you can hear the sounds of like a fountain from the greenhouse area, and there are plants kind of generally around the room, hanging and clipped and drying. I even say with a dirty 20, you get the sense that a lot of these are medicinal plants. So things that maybe are dried and turned into like salves, or refined and turned into something like more akin to medicine, or like a more like scientific property to them. But there's, and I'd say with a natural 20, there are like a few kind of like spiders and things flittering around, and with like such a closed ecosystem, it's hard to find anything like any like fauna that are too large. But I'd say there's probably like a mouse or two, like as you like open the door, that kind of skitters off in a direction, like the dark corners of the room or out the window, or like something has kind of come in here to occupy the space alongside these ghosts.
Okay. I will. I have a free casting of Speak with Animals, so I will cast that on myself. And I want to lightly step into this greenhouse. I don't want to like disrupt anything. And I want to say like I mean no harm. I have treats treats to give you. I just have some questions about the noises at night. Have you heard any noises? And I'll drop some of my rations on the ground.
Yeah, you drop some
try to-
rations out, like offering up
try to-
this like
lure some animals towards me. Hello.
very nice. I'd say as you step outside, you see like a clearer picture. There's like rocks around a central fountain. There's kind of like this like a skeleton of a mermaid holding like a trident in the air around this fountain. Spread like there's almost like flowers on your right, some other plants and bushes over in the far ends of this greenhouse. And as you kind of offer this up, kind of from these like more like overgrown area kind of towards the front of the greenhouse, these red kind of flowered bushes, like a couple like eyes kind of poke out as a small little like field mouse pair kind of looks out.
Hello. Hi.
And they kind of like get a little closer to you, get a little closer, get a little closer.
Do you eat? Yeah. There you go.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So polite. Look. Oh my goodness. Hey, do you live here still?
Yeah, well, yeah. I live here. That guy with the beard comes in, and he doesn't like us.
Oh my goodness. I could never dislike you. I love you. Look at you. Look at that
The
face.
whiskers kind of perk up and kind of point towards you.
Oh,
Ugh, mean old man. I'd love for this to be my home.
you want to live here?
Yeah, think of all the treats I'd give you every day.
Oh, that's great. You have to watch out for the ghost.
Well, in order to do that, I have to get rid of the ghost.
But ghost used to live here.
The ghost used to live here.
Yeah, he was sad.
He was sad.
He was sad for
And
a long
this
time.
is- Oh my goodness. This is common knowledge among the mice
Yeah,
in the home.
yeah. Well, my mom told me I've only lived here a little bit.
Oh my goodness. But you would like to live here for a long time.
Yeah, I live in there.
You think like gestures to, like the bush behind her.
It's over there.
Oh. Oh my goodness. What a lovely home. Look at that. Here, and I'll give another little bite.
Thank you. I don't.
No.
I eat this one. I take this one back for later.
Or now.
Okay.
Just takes like alternating bites
Um,
between the two.
I'll go look back to the group and be like, "Who's got the locket? Can someone with the locket? Bring me the locket."
That me? I think I have the locket. Or do you do?
I know.
I think I do.
I think Triggs
Cool.
ended up with it.
Yeah, because I'm pocketing everything apparently at this point.
He has a sword and a trinket and a thing, and a saw.
Here you go. Are you talking to that mouse?
I can talk to animals.
That is so cool. Okay, we'll talk later. That's cool.
Friend, have you seen anything that looks like this? Do you know where the other half of this might be?
I'm gonna make a little check to see if this mouse knows where it might be. That mouse is apparently very historically versed, or at least has heard lots of stories. Because they had a natural 18.
Yeah, that's one lady's, and the other lady had the other piece.
That's one lady.
They went together. The one piece and the gem. The gem goes in.
The gem, and the gem goes in. The gem goes in.
Yeah. Yeah.
What color was the gem?
Gem was purple.
Purple.
Yeah. The one lady who used to live here. She used it in gardens, and she had her own necklace. And then the purple lady, she had necklace, and then they made them one necklace.
Okay, wonderful. And oof. What about this ghost that comes? She's sad still?
Yeah, he's grumpy. I think
He's grumpy.
Yeah, he misses his friends.
Misses his friends.
Mm-hmm.
Does he say who they are? How is he looking for friends?
I think he used to. He was waiting to see if they would come back, and they didn't. So he slowly got grumpier and mad, or
His friends never came back.
yeah. He used to take care of them.
He used to take care of them.
Yeah.
Because he was a doctor. Doctors. He tended. He helped people. He had friends. He had lots of friends.
Yeah, he took care. A lot of the friends came in the front room, but only the people who live here, you know, like me,
Yeah.
Purple Lady, Nice Girl, Old Man.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm gonna let you live your life. But
Yeah.
I honestly hope I get to have
If
this
you ever wanna
home.
come over, let me know.
Yeah. Do you have a name?
Persimmon.
Persimmon.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Persimmon better
What's your
have
name?
character art by next week.
You can call me Gun Handle.
Gun handle. Nice to meet you, gun handle.
Thank you.
Thanks for treats.
Bye. I don't even trust mice. That's how bad I trust. Like, well, what if he becomes polymorphed into a human? He could tell someone.
How was that?
Pretty good. I don't think I fully understand because I was thinking about owning the property while he was talking. But the lockets were owned by two different individuals, and I just kind of recount the story that the mouse was told. But it makes me wonder if this. I thought the ghost might be the lovers of these women or something, and they were separated. But I wonder now if this doctor is the ghost, and he's, maybe he healed patients that promised they'd come back later and help or something, and they never did, or they owed a lot of money and they never paid the bill, and he expected them to come back, and then it came down to wear and tear, and his home fell apart.
Wait, you think that he's sad because he had depreciating property value?
Well, the mouse said that his friends never came back, so maybe it was just friendship. But
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That makes more sense. That's yeah. This is a good house. So when we find the ghost, do you want to kill him?
I don't care. I want this to be completed. I want us to be able to leave.
Wait, what do you mean you don't care?
I don't care who gets the blow. I don't care who gets like the final.
No. I didn't mean like I have to kill him, but like because like we don't have to kill him.
No, not kill the ghost necessarily, but eliminate the problem.
Yeah, but I mean, it just kind of sounds like he's shot.
Right. So if like a smiley face is what gets rid of him, then let's make him smile. But
Yeah. You shouldn't
I
be
don't-
the one to do that.
I just
You-
think
Yeah.
it must take a lot to cling because I to the same plane. I feel like I've seen a lot of death and not a lot of haunting.
Well, do we want to rest up before it gets too dark, or do we want to explore more? What do we want to do?
I was about to say, like, I feel like during this whole time, I've been looking at the paintings because if I know that there's a mouse out there, I'm probably gonna try to eat it. And I don't want to freak out the mouse. So I'll see Triggs go. If you call out for the locket, I'd be like, not my shtick.
Yes.
I'm gonna keep like looking around.
Absolutely.
So like the paintings and this like random door in the middle of the stairway.
Nice. Yeah, Kachi. So while they're kind of talking, what Persimmon was able to tell them and kind of chatting about whether or not to kill this ghost, you take a look through these paintings. As you kind of go down the line of them, basically starting on the left and working towards the right, what is obvious to you as you go is they get better. Like the talent of the artist improves as the pictures get further and further to the right. They weren't painted like around the same time. Seemingly, whoever was painting them was improving between each portrait, I should say. But as you're kind of picking through these details, go ahead and give me a perception check to kind of see what details you glean from them.
Mm. 11.
You get the sense that you see like some elements of like a family resemblance of sorts kind of down through these. Like, okay, they all kind of have like maybe darker hair. There's like definitely like the palette of what like some of like what they're wearing. Like this person has kind of like this like lavender headband. The next person kind of has like this purple cravat. On the last probably maybe three portraits that you see where the talent really starts to improve. Third and second from the right, there are like two individuals kind of facing to each other. It's kind of like your classic like bust shot of like, okay, maybe like middle of the chest up as if they did like a sitting for a portrait of some kind or something. But you get the sense that like, okay, the details aren't quite there. You can picking out like, okay, cool, yeah, I remember like this, like the coat is like well painted, but the face is a little muddy. Like they didn't have the details in front of them. But you see that this appears to be like a couple, a woman and a man. The man has this like brooch at the center of his collar and like a purple stone. And the painting all the way on the right doesn't seem to resemble the rest of the family, but it's the best painting. You see kind of this, oops, that's my alarm. You see kind of like this like silver bearded individual in kind of like this white like frock coat with like a black vest over top. Like not quite smiling in the face, but like a little bit of a twinkle in his eye. On this all the way right, like the best, most talented painting.
Weird. I don't know. I guess, yeah, I'll just keep looking and try the door.
Yeah, you try the door. You feel like a little bit of a little resistance as this door is locked. You probably see attempts of like someone to try to get it open, but they haven't been able to.
Don't have a lockpick. That would not work out for me. Hey, we got a locked door over here and some, I guess, decent paintings. I mean, I don't really have an eye for this, but this last one is very good. I mean, they got the emotion down, but then as you could see the progression. It's very time makes a master.
There's no purple accessory on the last painting,
There's
but there's
not.
a purple.
But every other painting does have one.
Huh. Interesting. And he's like got a big beard.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well
It looks
that's
like
our werewolf.
well groomed, but it is like a bushy kind of like well maintained beard.
Okay, but you, we're gonna own this someday, right?
Right.
Hopefully,
I'm not gonna. I don't. I'm not. Can I take these down? They're kind of. It's just not really the mood. I don't know. Can I take them off the wall?
Sure.
if you have an artistic vision, go for it.
And I just start. I start removing them from the wall.
Trig starts
hoping it-
redecorating. Triggs, go ahead and give me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh shit! Touching shit.
Nice.
Nice.
That is a 10. No, an 11.
Oh, no wonder you're like, I want to rest. You keep touching stuff. I'm like, hey, we don't even...
Triggs, you grab like the first painting, and like you just get like almost like you stepped into into a steamy room or some sorts. You can't really make out the details, but you hear like a little bit of like a lullaby trill kind of off in the distance of like this painting of like this older woman, and you set it down, and then like you grab the next one. And you like see so you hear like the words of like someone almost like what Alan sounded like a little bit ago, or like a as someone is reading a story to a small individual, but you can't make out the details. And as you kind of like go down the line and like pick up each frame, you get a little glimpse and into like things become clearer and clearer as someone is growing up and is remembering more of these memories. When you get to these like third and second from the right, you pick it up and you get the sense of like, oh, you pick it up and you like feel like the warmth, probably a warmer embrace than you even have like a comparison for. This like enveloping, like immediately you feel like at ease, you are comforted, you don't have a worry in this moment, and you just with like a little bit of a sniff, you smell the same smell that was like coming from like the greenhouses when you went out with Gwen, like that smell of violets. Setting it down, and like you pick up the next one, this like man with like the purple kind of stone in the collar, and you pick it up, and you are like holding hands with you're probably older now, like at like this man's shoulder, holding his hand as he pulls you onto a boat. He kind of turns over his shoulder. It's like, oh yes, the north is where we will head, and will it be a new start for our family, little one? It will be just delightful. I can't wait for you to see it. As you all step onto like the gangplank of this ship. The last painting, as you go to take it down, pick it up, and you are sitting, almost a familiar sight, as if you are kind of outside the Forgotten Escape, staring at the entrance to Curse Cove. That last two paintings were warm memories. You were comforted, you felt a part of something, and now you feel alone. Looking at the entrance to this cove, you just simply kind of like a blanket kind of wrapped around you. You found a place to be isolated and cold as you're covered in water, kind of looking out at the waves kind of crashing, waiting for something. And as you watch this memory, time goes by, waiting and waiting and waiting. Until you feel like a gentle hand on your shoulder. Someone has like a mug of something warm they're trying to like pass to you. And then you kind of turn and look up at your shoulder, and you see the face of this final man that has been painted. This silvery beard, even then. This like from a formal-ish attire, and you just once again you get that little bit of that feeling like you had with your mom. There is something about this person that makes you feel safe. And you take 11 psychic damage, but you are once again back. You have removed like the last painting. Gwyn and Kachi, you probably see like almost like in a trance, Triggs has taken one after the other down, after the other, after the other. When this final painting, this picture of this older gentleman comes off the wall, you hear a dink as a key falls out from behind the frame as Triggs sets the painting down.
Hey, nice. You found-
I'm probably gonna fall to the ground because I'm hella fucking hurt, and I'm probably gonna curl up with my knees like real pressed tight to my chest.
Oh my gosh. Kachi, I'll like
yeah.
swoop
I-
around and try to like envelop Triggs, but I don't have a way out.
I'll cast a Cure Wounds. Let's see how much I can get back. All right, not bad. 11 hit points back to you.
Dang. Thanks.
Hey, don't do that again. I don't have too many more of those. Okay.
Sorry.
You good? I'll like slap your face a little bit.
Yeah.
Come on.
It's weird because with the feathers, it's kind of like still soft. But
Yeah, it's a good blow. You get like soft feathers, but that's why you sword.
It's like when a parent like puts like alcohol or something and then blows on a injury.
All right, hey, you did good. You got a key. Nice job. What'd you see?
sorry, yeah, I lied about the decorations. I kind of just thought there would be some cool shit behind it, but I forgot about the touch. Can you guys remind me if I go to touch something again? I know sometimes I get pretty
Excitable?
yeah, I know I like to go after things like and stuff.
Hey, good instincts. Go after what you see.
Yeah.
But also, you're hurting yourself. So if you don't limit your self control, you'll limit your time.
Yeah.
Back and forth.
The balance of both.
Yeah.
I think this is weird. It's like I was like a baby again. And then I was like me, and then I was like older, and then I don't know. Kind of reminded me of the funny smelling people. I think. There's that guy.
Because the last one, I imagine like I was like stacking them all one on top of each other. So Silverbeard Man is like on the very closest
so,
one.
he's the one that's like on top of.
Whoever he was, he found me or them. I don't, when they were in like a really bad place, and he made them feel good again. I don't know. This place is weird. You guys got anything to eat?
You were the one with the muffins, kid.
Oh yeah, wait, I have leftover muffin.
And I reach into my pants and I think I have like half of a muffin still like crumbled there. Wow.
Yeah.
Go
you
call, Kashi. Thanks.
Scarf Kettle's muffin. You get a D4 temporary hit points back, or
Oh,
a D4 temporary hit points.
need that. Cool.
So, wait. When you touched his painting, you felt good? You felt like he was a good energy?
It's like he made me. I don't know. He made me feel safe. Like, but not like the safe that like the Cyclops made me feel. The Cyclops made me feel safe in the way it's like if anybody tried to sink us, they were going down. But this guy was like, I don't know. He found whoever that person was when they were at their lowest and like made them feel like they were kind of protected a little. It was different. It kind of reminded me of like what a parent would be if I knew what a parent was like.
That was really sad in a way that I don't think you will really understand.
Yeah. What do you mean?
Got you. Keep it in
You
real.
want to push him up? Well, probably. People say I say stuff all the time.
Never change or do, whatever you want. But no, that's I don't know if we're looking for this ghost or werewolf or whatever. I don't know if it's going to be this guy or maybe who you were in the vision.
Matt, could I like see my hands or anything when I was?
Oh yeah, I'd say you in this vision, you could tell that like you had very small, kind of delicate hands, fairly fairly complected. Likening it to the other visions you were kind of stepping into the shoes of the elven woman that you guys have seen a few times.
But the elven woman was the one who was operated on, or not or no?
She was the.
Okay.
I think I misspoke at one point. She was the one operated on who
Right.
Was,
it was not the tiefling. It was.
Yeah, the tiefling is
Okay.
the doctor.
So, and then did I notice when that happened? Did I have both arms?
In that vision, you did have both.
Okay, so this is before, and then so this guy could have been the doctor, and who had to cut off my arm. It's weird to say mine because I know I have both my arms. But yeah, because okay, yeah, all right, I got it. So we know that the two parents went off on the ship and they died, and then I washed ashore, being not me, being the half elf lady, and when I got to shore, this guy rescued me, but then he cut off my arm. That's weird. But like something like that. That's like how it flowed. But also, you guys see that key? That's pretty cool. You guys want to go into it? Somebody else touch it.
Oh yeah, no, I was gonna get the key and try to unlock this door.
Yeah, you pick up the key. No visions come to you, but you do slide it into like this door that hasn't been able to be like picked open, and the key slides into the keyhole, and you're able to turn it, and you hear the click of this door being unlocked.
Please, after you, Gwyn.
I'll go.
Gwyn, you open this door. It's a fairly small room. It seems to be kind of like almost like a storage room under these stairs that someone has put like a desk inside of. There's like a small candle that has long since like been not used. Like it's not burning in here, but you're able to kind of just light it real fast if you're looking for something to see. In here, there are a few kind of like scrolls and parcels of things that kind of like little reminders or like rags or like tinctures of different kinds, like glass bottles and things kind of spread throughout. And on this desk, there is kind of like there's like an open parchment that like has like some drops on it, makes it a little difficult to read, but you get a sense that there's a letter, and just the way that like it's been like folded and creased and aged, you can tell that it has been like read and reread several times.
Well, let's see what's so intriguing on this letter to be read so often.
Nice. Yeah, you
Can I try to-
take it out, and you see starting it off right there at the top. My dearest Bastion, you have taken care of me since we first washed ashore all those years ago. However, we know you couldn't protect me from everything, but you've done a great job of helping me along since. Unfortunately, Violette is no closer to finding a solution. But a moon elf washed ashore last week, and their people may have the answers I seek. There is a group putting together an excursion to try to leave this place through the moor, and I don't have the heart to tell Violette I'm leaving, because I'm certain I will return. So I trust you with the information, and you may share it whenever you wish. Your Flower. That's kind of where it ends off. And you can see like some of these like smudgings and things. Like it seems like almost like some of the ink has smudged, but someone may have read it with tears in their eyes.
Were there plaques under the names, Triggs, when you took the paintings off the wall? Were there any names? Does the name Violette jump out? I mean, it's the House of Violets.
I don't know. I can't read.
That's true.
Right. I'll step out and just look. Are there any like plaques or names or?
There does not appear to be plaques on the paintings at all.
Okay, so if we have a ghost and we believe it to be a him, I believe it's probably our Bastion then. The letter, that's who this letter is addressed to. Who said that the mouse believes that the ghost is sad because he doesn't have friends. He misses his friends. So, can I knock over all the paintings so that I can pick them up and not touch the last one so I don't have to? And I want to look at the person before the beard.
Yes.
The man with
even as like your hand brushes alongside the picture of the man, it seems like the first person to touch it has kind of like delved into this. It doesn't seem like you don't get the information, you don't get the vision, but you also don't get like the pain that comes with kind of reliving this.
Okay.
You're welcome.
And I want to look at him. I'm assuming, and he has like a gemstone necklace.
Yeah,
Right.
it's like a
Or-
almost like a brooch or a clasp
Right,
kind of at his
right.
neck, where there's like almost like a pointed kind of tiny little turned over collar in kind of this like formal, more formal robes.
Okay, I wonder if this gemstone is what our key to the locket is. I wonder if this man is something. And then now that I'm looking at this painting, can I try to mask many faces myself into what he looks like?
You can try. Give
Sounds like we
me,
have, like-
because this is an innate ability. Give me a insight check, but it's going to be with disadvantage.
12.
You are able to kind of like manifest like your kind of like moth like shawl into these kind of like robes, but when it comes to almost like your face almost looks out of focus, like it froze kind of mid spell. You're looking at this painting again, you get the sense that it was painted by someone who couldn't quite remember what their parents looked like. They were painting it from memory. They didn't have anything to remember them by. So it's almost like just kind of like almost like Sim-esque, where it's almost a mask of a person.
Okay. Okay. Can I, or does anyone have anything else they want to do? I was thinking about going through the desk and just making sure that we fully investigate anything else that might be in there.
No, I think the only thing for me is looking at the other side of the greenhouse corridor and trying to go upstairs.
Yeah, I'll go wherever you say, Captain.
I'm quite lost. I just want to investigate around this, just make sure that this is thoroughly done, and then I would like to go upstairs.
Aye, aye.
Heading upstairs is what it sounds like.
Yes.
What did you say? You said you did want to search the desk though, or not?
Well, I want to just make sure that that whole area is
Yeah.
like this little tiny room is taken care of, and then we can go upstairs.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll give you the help action if you
Yeah,
want.
go ahead and give me one more investigation check, because this is just kind of what you found obviously on this desk. So go ahead and give me an investigation check with advantage to kind of search around a little bit more.
I got 2 natural 20s.
Damn.
Not kidding. I'm not kidding. I really did. It took me a second because one was a 20 and I was like, yay! And then it was the pretty die. So it was the. It's just like the. Oh my god, that's. You're never going to be able to.
Ooh.
right? It's like a
Ooh.
sword
Uh,
going into them.
with like Kachi kind of like leans in and kind of like sheds
Clear.
some light into this room, giving you a chance to kind of search through this desk's drawers, and you're like you find like there's like a letter opener and pens and like rags and like probably like an old family like a crest of some sort, some like sketches here and there. But as you kind of open a drawer and see kind of like there's like a couple bottles, there's like kind of knocked together different like tinctures. You open this drawer and you like as you go to close it, it jams for a second, and you pull it back out and you reach up and there's like a hidden compartment, like a secret drawer that you pull out, and inside there's like this like a tightly wound scroll, kind of wrapped inside, the kind of like this like tucked into like this little like area of the desk, and you can pull it out and open it if you'd like.
Yeah, let's see what it is first.
Yeah, you tear it, unfurl it. You see it's a list, but every item on the list has been like written down, crossed out, written down, crossed out, written down, crossed out, written down, crossed out, written down, crossed out. Starting with like Wolfsbane, cross it out. Holy water, cross it out. Find a cleric, cross it out. Remove curse, cross it out. Potion from skip shot, crossed out. All of these things kind of going down seemingly to solve a problem.
Oh my goodness. Well, now I think I understand much better. Oh my goodness. I think I was slow to the party, but and then I'll
with 2 natural 20s, I'll say like the last 2 entries are probably like a complex combination of plants that Matt is not aware of, but that seems to be kind of like equal like Wolfsbane tonic or like a moon potion of some sort, and the last one being Violette Laboratory ?
Right. Okay. So this sounds like someone was turning into a vampire, came here for help, fell in love, and then ran away because they didn't want to hurt who they loved. And then the person they loved went to chase them, and they went to escape this wretched place, and they couldn't. And then the doctor died, and now they're haunting this place because they missed their 2 friends. And that's what I believe happened here.
Okay.
Your guess is as good as mine. I mean,
I think
Yeah.
that's a great story, though. I mean,
think
I would
women-
read that.
I think this woman was afflicted with werewolf touch
I think it's a
landing.
vampire. Which is it?
Did I say vampire?
You did say
did say
vampire, and I got
vampire.
very confused. I was like, where is this coming from?
Well, I meant
was like-
werewolf. I just was thinking, what a terrible life, and I guess I imagined being a vampire also is a pretty terrible life. But no, werewolf. I think one person was a werewolf, and then
Who?
they fell in love with the person who runs the apothecary, and then they tried to find solutions. It wasn't working. They had some surgeries. I think they went wild. I think they attacked people. I think the doctor covered up the work of the injuries of their friends. And then I think they tried to escape, and then they never came back because they died trying to escape this place. And then the
This is
doctor has been so sad that he's been haunting his home ever since.
This is like incredible. I feel like out of very little evidence, you just gave an incredible amount of. Okay, I trust the whole thing. Yeah.
That's what I believe happened, and every piece of information will change that story.
I
That's a
was
good-
like,
It's a good start, though.
That's what I believe is the answer. And I just, I think this was the secret place where this seems like the drawer, and it got left, and the man feels terrible.
All I'm saying is on the ships, there's like stories of a person called Burlock Gnomes, and they have this really good like thing where they can like look at somebody's like hand that and see their dirty nails, and they're like, ah, I bet you hated your sister when you were 6. Like that's what you just did. That was so Coral.
Coral. Right.
Yeah.
Well, I
forgot
think
we're making
that
this thing.
choral activity would be going upstairs, and let's do that. And just, I could be completely wrong. This has actually potentially very few chance that this is real, but that's what I'm guessing.
If this is true, I still think we shouldn't kill whatever's here unless they need to be killed for the curse to be gone.
Are we dealing with something that's like, how long ago do we think this is? Also, can we have a name for everybody here? So, Bastion, Ghost.
I think.
Violet, what?
I think that's apothecary owner. I think that's the family that has a purple. That's the sad girl washed on the shore. Yeah. Ooh,
yeah. No, that wasn't Sad Girl Washed on Shore. Sad Girl Washed on Shore was Half Elf, who we don't have a name for.
Right, but these are the paintings of that family. I don't know. The House of Violets. Well, you know what? She could live here. She could fall in love with some tiefling. You know what I mean? Like, who am I to say that she can't? The tiefling girl could just live here.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't want to say that women can't be strong, or she probably had a very fulfilling life outside of whatever. But I don't think maybe she was an apothecary. Like, maybe that's not. You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah, I didn't say anything about what I mean.
I just don't want.
Yeah.
I don't want to craft a narrative where people don't pass, the gnomish Bechdel test.
But we really just have Violet.
Perhaps.
Yes, the stained glass ceiling.
But perhaps the blue tiefling didn't really do anything.
The Van Delken test.
But we have Bastion and Violet, but we don't really have any other names yet.
Well, and then signed your flower.
Okay. Well, so someone is Flower.
Well, that implies a third person.
Okay.
Do you want to give him a flower?
In third person. Unless
the only other flower I know is called. Can we call the non-named one Baby's Breath?
That's first flower you learned about yesterday.
The only flower I know.
You know what? Yes, we can. So we have Bastion, Violet, and Baby's Breath. We think
we can shorten Baby's Breath to like something if you want.
I'm impressed that Baby's Breath is the main flower that came to your head.
It was the one that we put in the thing, and then we got into the room.
Yeah, we teleported.
Oh, that's fair. All right.
Yeah. You have a piece of magical Baby's Breath from the Forgotten Escape.
Like, pirates are not known for carrying around flowers. I'm not gonna lie. It's not something that really happened on board the ship.
That's what I thought. I was making sure you knew. I'm gonna keep walking.
Headed upstairs, you can see that this glass courtyard with a tree and the headstones. There's a view of it from the second floor window as well. So, like, walking up the stairs, you're kind of walking along this window, and it opens up into a simple series of hallways up here. There's a door kind of straight ahead that the stairs kind of lead to, and you can see that like some of the doors here, this one has kind of been knocked open a little bit and closed back. So the door, the handle is kind of ajar. Aegis broke in to this room. Off to kind of behind you and off to the distance, there's another hallway. Hard to tell what it is. There's just a lot of doors. There is a more ornate door. It's hard to see the way it's oriented here, but there's kind of an ornate door at the end of kind of this end as you kind of turn around behind you. Basically the west end of the hallway has a big ornate door, and then the hallway that kind of goes to the south, you can see that there's a window at the end that looks out over the street where you guys once entered this building. And there's a series of doors down this way. So there's a door here that has also been busted open, and it's kind of like hanging ajar. And then there's a door at this far end that is like barred. It doesn't seem to have been tampered with or opened the same way the other ones have.
I would say big ornate door first. Let's just like figure out what's on the second floor. What's the point of this place?
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, you head for this ornate door. Give me that you approach the door. You get the sense that it's kind of like held fast. This door appears to be. Actually, I'd say it probably isn't locked. This one. There's not really a reason to. So you open this door here, and you see like a very warm living quarters. Inside, it continues some of the motifs of downstairs. There are like plants and vines kind of hanging around the edges of the room that appear to be like thriving to some extent. The windows were left open, so they appear to be fairly well kept. Like they're growing, maybe more so than like the person may have intended. They're like kind of climbing down the walls, like onto the bed. But it feels like cottagecore comes to mind. Lots of plants and creams and sort of this like a comforting embrace into this room. Overwhelming smell of violets as you step into this room as well. That continued motif. It's a very simple room up here. There's kind of like this table with like this like crystalline fancy kind of like candelabra here with like a dressing mirror of sorts. And then kind of going off into the sort of like an arcane like bathroom of some semblance.
Okay.
Are we calling dibs on rooms yet?
I didn't even think about that. I just wanted to look for monsters under the bed.
You look for monsters under the bed. You kind of take a peek underneath. It seems like there's like a little bit of storage down here. There's like a black kind of like briefcase, like almost. And maybe there's probably like another kind of like wooden kind of lockbox down here under the bed.
Ooh. I'll slide these both out and say, I think I found something.
Yeah, I'll head it in with.
If someone wants to touch it.
No, I'm not touching it. Nope. You can't make me.
All right, fine, I'll do it.
Which one you going for, Kachi?
It's a lockbox, and what was the other one you had said?
Like a black kind of like hand, like almost like a duffel bag.
I'll go for the duffel bag.
Nice. You go for the duffel bag, like you grab the handles and pull it apart. As you do, give me a wisdom saving throw, Kachi.
Hey, big
Own
out.
gloves? Do we own a piece of fabric? Like,
I wanted the duffel bag too, so good job.
Does a 12 save?
12 does not save. But you do get the benefit of a vision along with this psychic damage that comes your way. So as you kind of open this bag, you are like stepping into, looking into this bag, pushing aside. Inside there's like equipment. Like there's like the equivalent of like a fantasy stethoscope. There's like a metal disc attached to like some cordage. There's like to like, okay, there's keep the scalpels here. We're not going to touch those. There's like wounds and dressings and things like that. And like your mind goes like in two different directions with this. One kind of being protective and one angry. Which direction would Kachi follow?
I think after our conversation, I think he would go angry. I think he'd be like, we've seen this dude be protective. We've seen this person be protective. I want to know, like, what are they mad about?
Nice. You kind of lean into some of like the anger that the person whose memories you're stepping into was feeling at some point. And you kind of follow in that direction. You feel yourself kind of closing this bag, throwing it to the side, and you see yourself stepping through like the hallways that you just walked through with like, okay, it looks familiar. It's better lit. It's not quite as worn. The plants aren't as overgrown. You are walking through the halls that you walked in today, but through the eyes of someone who did it years ago. Angrily, like storming, having just gotten some kind of news that like upset you. You like couldn't focus on your work, tossed your bag aside. You storm down through this hallway to the end of this hallway into this room, and you kind of like think, make like start like your mind is reeling. You almost like you see flashes of ideas passing through your mind, like surgery, stitching, failed experiments, failed tests, failed test subjects, science, nature, these things failing you, maybe something arcane, maybe something infernal, finding those options and going into sort of like a darker, like packed like place as you step back out. And Kachi will take 15 psychic damage.
Oh, boy.
Full like on the floor, like you just like punch a bird. Holy fuck!
You just punch the bird.
Oh god. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, get it out. Get it out. It's all right. Yeah. Let your little pellet out. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, he's all right. He's good.
okay, good.
What's up?
All right. Well, whatever what. I don't know about you. I think these are getting worse because the one I originally got hit with did not feel like this. Oh my god.
I don't know. It started with me sawing through somebody's arm, so I thought that was pretty bad.
You know, fair enough. Fair enough for you. Whatever's happening here, there is failed experiments, the test subjects. I don't know what was happening, but I feel like there's too many doors, and I feel like we are not prepared to finish this all tonight.
Well, why don't we close the door?
All right.
Rest. This is our new base. This place is gonna get haunted. Well, we don't have a way to fight the ghost, right? What if the ghost
Yep.
gets violent?
We have this sword.
You have a
one
sword and you
Hello.
have the basilisk oil that was going to be for Triggs's bullets, still could be, gifted by Gilda as a way that this will ensure that you are able to kill these ghosts.
Yeah, wait, Kachi, wouldn't you be better with a sword? You know
Yeah, I
lots of
could
shit
be.
about him.
See if I can use that sword. I should be good with the sword.
I think you should be.
Most swords.
Like,
You said it's a simple weapon?
Yeah, because it's a short. It can work as a short sword. I forgot that scimitars weren't simple weapons, and it was just stylistically a curved blade. So it can, for in all effect, can be a short sword.
Yeah. Pass it over, Triggs.
yeah, gotcha. This is what a quartermaster does. They assign the right tools to the right people. You're a sword guy.
And Matt, did you say that this was like anything in particular? Just a scimitar with this silver property now?
That is correct. It's just a short sword. A short sword or a scimitar, whichever, like stylistically, if you want to go for piercing or slashing damage, depending on if you're proficient with them. Sword bards might be. I forget.
I am. I'm proficient in both.
Okay, cool. So whichever stylistically you would like it to be, it's almost like a cross between the two. I envision it almost like the Kopesh that
Like a falchion.
that
Like a-
Callie had last campaign.
Oh.
With that kind of like curve, kind of blade.
Awesome. Yeah. No, Gwen, I think that's a great idea. Should we? This door is good. Should we see if there's anything by the window on the other side?
Yeah, I'm okay right now. I could probably touch something and live.
All right.
Yeah, I can touch stuff too. I probably.
Or even if we go through this like archway in the middle, is it just like a mirror here, or is there more to this room?
The room in here,
The
it's
wall?
like there's like a wash basin. There's like a mirror on the wall. It's like a wash room of sorts.
I think I'd want to explore this door just so I know what's back to back with the bathroom.
Agreed.
Nice.
So I'll head that way. And Triggs, if you would like to come, you can come with me.
Yeah, Kachi, you stay here and look in the mirror at yourself.
All right.
That's really cool.
Honestly,
Preen.
listen in the bathroom and see if you can hear anything.
Yeah, we're gonna pound on the wall with our secret knock, and it's gonna sound like this. Okay?
All right.
Cool.
I got it. All up you.
Gotcha. You hear the knock, even though they have just left the room. Just kidding. Gwyn and Triggs, you decide to investigate, kind of wrapping around this hallway to the other side of the bedroom. What you find on this side, walking past like these doors, if you like peek inside, you see this is very clearly a bedroom, kind of halfway down this hallway. This like locked door at the end of this hallway that you guys have to pass seems like a solid, like the door is locked. It seems like Aegis may have tried to like pick it at some point but wasn't successful. And then this.
Do you want to try the key on it?
Which one?
You could try.
You want to see? Yeah, I mean, we have one key. We'll see if it's sort of a master key or if it was a very specific key.
Oh yeah. Which door are you going for? The one that you guys are kind of in front of here, or the one that you walked past?
I believe the one we are at.
Okay, cool.
Okay, yeah, we'll do that one first. That's fine.
Using the key on this door, it does open it. So it's connected to the room below. So you kind of at the key inside, you see the marks that Aegis has probably tried to pick this and failed, probably broke a lockpick inside, so you have to kind of take a second to get it out of there. But you put the key in, turn it, open it, and inside you see a very small, fairly quaint room. Inside there is a little window kind of overlooking the area outside. It's like almost like a half like window, very narrow room, almost similar to like I'd say it's very like efficient. There's a thin bed, there's like a bookshelf over top of the bed, there's like a mirror kind of along the wall, and like a single chair kind of pushed up against this window as if someone could sit and look out this window over the courtyard below. Kind of keeping an eye on the property, I should say. But even stepping in, like Gwyn and Triggs, like you guys' shoulders are kind of like up against each other, like, oh, okay, what? Okay, it's
Who the hell lived in this?
I don't know. This is way bigger than my cabin on the ship. That is huge.
Oh, right. This is such a lovely space.
I'm not saying that this one's got to be mine, but this one might be mine.
Well, it's got a view of. Where does it have a view of? The courtyard, the backyard?
Can you see that? Can I see the sea from here? Can I see the bay?
I'd say this is a pretty nice area of town. It probably does kind of like an effect. It's well positioned. You can kind of look over and like see like through some buildings on the opposite side of the street. You can kind of see out towards the bay, the cove.
Okay, front of the house. Out towards
it's the front of the house, kind of like greenhousey.
I will run up to the wall and I will attempt to do the.
Gwen, what was it again? I forget. You know, if I do it wrong, okay.
Oh God.
Okay.
Oh no.
Was that it?
Yeah.
No.
Triggs, you go over to the wall, kind of near this hanging mirror, and start knocking. Kachi, give me a perception check.
Come on, DCP, right there. There we go. Eight.
You hear some knocking.
Do you think he heard it?
I'll try to do it back.
Do some knocking backing to the best of your abilities. Triggs, go ahead and give me a perception check.
Yeah. 19.
You hear knocks coming back, but they sound very quiet.
I think he's dying. He sounds like super weak.
Well,
Wait,
I'm-
no, that's not it. No, it's like, on the ship, like you could used to be able to kind of like when you would hear sailors and the pirates would knock on the deck and like it would travel down the rafts and you can kind of hear it in the wood. It's kind of like this, but it's like I'm down a deck or two. It's like there's something in between.
yeah.
And I'm gonna start like putting my ear to the wall and just start like doing my best.
I want to run around to the bathroom, and look, feel the wall. Does it feel like there's any like false wall clue stuff going on? Or is there like or is there like a door here that I don't know about? And
There
like-
does not appear to be an obvious door as you're running around. Triggs, you're
Alright.
kind of knocking. Triggs, give me a perception check. Gwyn, I'd say give me an investigation check if you're kind of looking for like specific things. Kachi's in the bathroom as well, so if Kachi wants to help out, you can.
Yeah, I'll give you the help.
16 for perception.
Nice.
Thank
Triggs, you
Carl.
pick up you as you're knocking, like you realize that like, oh, my assessment was probably correct. Yeah, like even as I'm knocking, it sounds like I'm knocking on like the deck of the ship, trying to get the attention of someone in like the cargo hold, like 2 floors down. There's like space
Yeah.
between you and your friends.
I'm smart as shit.
17.
Nice. In the bathroom, you're kind of feeling along the wall. There's kind of like this like wash basin area down to like some like hanging plants, like eucalyptus and things for some smell. Probably just like some almost like a floral painting. Probably like you find more like paintings kind of on the walls, decorations. Like whoever had like painted the things down below, maybe these was like their practice attempts. Like pretty and nice, but not necessarily detailed. But as you kind of like touching them and like moving them and like lifting them up, you're not finding like any buttons or switches or holes or levers or anything hidden inside the bathroom. You've done like a pretty thorough job.
Okay.
Wait, hold on. So is there something? I thought
Yeah.
was it you not just on the other side?
It sounds like there's something, there's space in between, and I was honestly just going to tell Triggs just to blow a hole in the wall in the other room.
All right, I'll hide behind the bed.
Yeah, well, or you can come around. I don't know if you have to come around.
Oh, I'll do
Do
that.
I-
That's smarter. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll come around.
So as I've been like knocking down the whole wall, I feel like I've just been going. As I've been like making my way down the whole length of the wall, had nothing. I haven't found anything either.
Knocking down. Okay, you did a good perception check. So give me an investigation check with advantage. As you're kind of like doing the same. Like I'm knocking, I'm listening, I'm trying to find something now.
You are a wise and intelligent individual.
I am a wise individual. I wouldn't say intelligent, and I wouldn't say that was a great roll. So that was a 9, even with advantage.
You definitely know there's like a room on the other side, but like you're trying to like push, like you're not finding like a weak spot in like the wood of the walls. Like you're kind of like feeling like around the mirror, even if like you like touch it and kind of lift it up, the mirror appears to be kind of like firmly in place. Doesn't seem like it's like you can't like pull it off of the wall.
Sweet sirens, this is gonna piss me off. Come on, I know you're in here. Ugh. Wait, what? What's up? What?
Do you want to just shoot a hole in the wall and then we'll, or like, does anyone have a hammer? Do you have a sledgehammer? Have you ever done construction in a home?
Now you want me to shoot holes in the walls? Now it's okay. Yes, but
This is your
this
bedroom.
is gonna be my future room, so
Right.
I don't know how.
Yeah, so
property
do you want to
owner
find
show
out
up.
why we can't hear, or do you want to sleep in the haunted room?
Okay, yeah. But I'm making a target practice, and I'm gonna go up with my dagger, and I'm gonna put a little X on on it. Yeah, like, all right,
I'm gonna look at you and I'm
trying
like,
for
hey,
that.
good luck.
What?
And you get a bardic inspiration.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna when you hold it, I'm gonna give you like some archery. I have the archery fighting style. I know what I'm talking about here. I'm gonna be like, you need to hold up your elbow more. You need to lift your elbow more.
Aw.
I know how to do this. I do this all the. Oh wait, sorry.
That one didn't count.
I didn't know it was loaded. Okay, all right, take two.
There's like 7.
And I will I will fire at my make do target.
Absolutely. Go ahead and give me an attack roll. I'd say with advantage, as Gwyn gives you kind of pointers with the archery fighting style that he's got going on. You have a bardic inspiration to add to this if you would like.
Man, I am rolling like shit. Yeah, wow, really atrocious. That's a 13.
Your bullet kind of like bounces kind of
Everybody
around
get
the
down.
room. Like not too much because it is wooden walls, but it hits and like ricochets off of once. It kind of like thuds and like just over like Gwen's ear, like ping.
Okay,
narrowly missing the mirror. And like you're not too far away from the X that you made, but you've like left kind of this indentation. With like maybe some time, you could get like your dagger or something into it and like work at it.
Yeah. I get nervous when people look at me when I do it. I got this covered, and I'm just gonna start hacking at it.
Nice. Hacking away at it. In this fashion, it'll take a little bit of time to get through. Probably getting like a little bit closer towards the evening as like you kind of see sort of like the glow of the afternoon kind of coming through this open window, as Triggs is going into this wall.
Sorry, what happened? My audio went out immediately as everyone was ducking.
The bullet ricocheted because it didn't quite like pierce all the way through the wall, but you get the sense that like, okay, cool, we did make a little bit of a hole, and with like some work and some daggers, we could like kind of dig a chunk of this out.
Okay. Not wanting to retcon, but also I want to cast Shatter on the hole.
On the hole, like at the same time that he fires his gun?
Not at the same time, because I don't want him to think that he did this with the gun.
I see. But like, okay, plan A didn't work. Plan B is an explosion.
Why not,
Yes.
Alex? Let me live my delusion.
I'm gonna do it later. I'm gonna add to the delusion later.
Excellent. Okay, cool. Time does not progress in that way because with Shatter, you are able to basically fracture this wall, like. The structures of the room like shake, like debris kind of gets blown everywhere, so everyone's like blinded for a second. But you are able to kind of take down the wall of this room, opening it up into a room about the same size on the other side of this wall. But the decorations are a bit less than friendly. Inside this room, kind of along the walls, kind of like tacked to them, are like glyphs and drawings and like combination of like little sketches of different like of things. Kind of, it just seems like there isn't a lot of like order or chaos to this, but like they kind of like cover the walls here with like on like where the mirror was in the bedroom. There's another mirror on the other side of the room here, kind of looking into this room. No windows, but it does kind of get the sense that like, okay, this is on the other side of that bathroom. Like this is why there was like a dead space. And you can like, this is just kind of like looking through the like doorway.
Does anyone know what these glyphs mean?
I could try, but I don't. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be very useful.
No, I assumed I really kind of was looking at Kachi for this one.
Why'd you say anyone? That seems rude.
All right. I got barely anything left. I'm very tired. We are gonna go to bed after this, potentially, maybe.
Well, we're gonna get attacked in the middle of the night by ghosts. So.
I think maybe we could get in like a little itty bitty rest, but I don't think we can get.
We like to call it an outlet now.
Oh, a little outlet nap.
An outlet nap.
Outlet nap.
An hourlet nap.
I'll cast Identify and
Okay.
see if I can just be like, I'd just be like, tell me what you are, and see if I can just
What you
see what
really
they
are.
are, what they mean.
In like this, like the look at these things in the walls, I'll kind of break it into categories. There's like sketches, there are like pages that have been torn from books, and there are like these runes that are kind of scrawled on the pages, and the mirror are basically what is in this room. Identify, you reach out, you cast it, you touch one of these things, and which one is like Kachi's instinct going for?
I think he would go for the runes because, like, the pages, I think we could just try to read. The mirror looks, it doesn't look like anything crazy. Yeah, I think I would try to figure out, like, if I could figure out what the runes are there for.
Nice. You kind of put your hand on like these like runes. Okay, I'm gonna touch like as many of them as I can to kind of be like, I'm gonna try to like hack this a little bit. And you cast Identify. And like use magic kind of like takes over, like, okay, you almost understanding like the craftsmanship that goes into creating these runes, almost like just like a little bit of like a hammer on nail or hammer on like anvil, ting, kind of hitting in your head as like you kind of blink and try to focus as you shift. And instead of like you get the sense like immediately like, oh yeah, these are infernal runes that someone has made, kind of like almost like infernal descriptions of various spells of sorts. You get the sense that they're almost like divinatory in a sense. Basically, like someone like ritually casting something who isn't innately magical, kind of like, okay, setting up this thing, trying to like replicate something. In like a moment, like you're kind of like in this room with that person, like as they're kind of like putting things up. They have like a book in their hand referencing things and like bouncing between notes back and forth, like writing things down before kind of like slumping onto the ground. And you just like hear like as like you're like finishing up kind of the casting of this spell, you just hear, I've lost them both, as you kind of snap back into this room. Kachi, give me a wisdom saving throw.
Hoping I don't die. All right. Wisdom save. That's a 15.
You do not. You are overcome kind of with this vision, but you do not take damage as you kind of like come reeling back, having like stepped into the memories of another person for a moment, and you understand that like these are glyphs that were created to like search for people.
All right. I think this kind of goes with that duffel bag I was in the angry thoughts earlier. This, whatever they're doing is infernal. Like they're trying to find a demon of some sort, and they're trying to find people. Whoever we lost, I don't know if it's like the Violette and the daughter.
Baby.
Yeah. They're gone. He's mad.
Why keep this a secret?
I mean, I think making infernal pacts is pretty much frowned upon.
Yeah, but like, didn't he live? If he had already lost him, he lived here alone. He didn't need to keep it a secret. I mean, like, what people do in the privacy of their own cabin is kind of like their thing, I guess. Do you think he was searching while one of them was still with him?
I mean, I think if anybody has secrets like this, I can't exactly imagine.
I'd say actually, Triggs, give me an insight check with advantage after you kind of like voice that thought into the room.
I can't really see Gilda,
21.
answering this.
You get the sense that this, like, some of these are newer than others. Like some of them are very old, some of them are not quite as old. Like, you get the sense that the search had gone on for a long time, and may have been expedited depending on who was here and who was not.
How old do I? How old can I get a sense of?
I'd say with that, you get the sense probably it's like one of them is probably like within maybe like a decade. Things haven't like faded, but some of like the bottom layers, like in like Kachi's vision, like he knocked some of them off the walls. So like the ones on the bottom layer are like maybe a couple decades. Like, they seem like older than you.
Yeah.
Like the parchment is kind of yellowed, having been like just like aged.
However old that is.
Yeah.
Okay. It's old, and he was searching for a long time. Maybe until he died. Maybe that's why he can't leave, because he's still searching.
I
Wish
also
we could
wonder.
help.
I lost 2 of them. I wonder if it was patience. And he failed as a doctor multiple times. And his reputation. Maybe it was a reputation, but you know what I mean? Like maybe he grieved just the loss of death or whatever. But there's a lot of possible options. I worry about us trying to negotiate with this ghost. I know you both expressed interest in not killing it immediately, but
It was when I thought it was like a love story. I thought, well, maybe they just forget that their loved one is passed on. But if
Hey,
it's
this
not demons,
this can still be a love story. People love people in all lots of different sorts of ways, right? Like sometimes they give them like a nice little bite on the ear, and they're just missing a part of their ear, and that's like how you love. Or sometimes it's you search for a demon, like whatever.
how have the pirates that you've been around shown love traits?
One time, I wasn't. They could have shot me one time, but they didn't. Actually, they could have shot me plenty of times, but they didn't.
Were you in love?
Basically, yeah, that's how love looks like different things. Like they loved me because I was super quick at climbing the mast, and because I would clean the barnacles off the bottom of the ship, and I loved them because they're awesome. So it's all pretty good. Anyways, do you want to get that rest now, because it's getting kind of dark?
it is getting kind of dark. I do wish I just want to like see if some doors are open, if anything pops open, if there's any. I just want to do a floor sweep of doors that are open.
Yes.
I won't touch anything.
With a like cursory exploration, you guys peeked in this door as you walked past. There is a bedroom here that seems to be disused, like well made, but it seems like it was like it's clearly like a guest room in the fact that like this isn't designed for comfort, it's designed to exist. There is the door that is like closed, that is like more solid, that hasn't been successfully picked open. Up here, kind of by the stairwell, there's a door that has been picked open and closed back. So feasibly, you could open it and go inside. And then down this other hallway are a series of doors. And like if you go to test those, the doorknobs turn and they appear to be able to like open.
What do we think? Do we think I'm crazy for wanting to just open the
So there's like one locked door and the rest are open, essentially.
A smart crew member. Yeah, I wouldn't call you crazy to your face, but maybe behind your back. How much time till sundown?
Because the shatter sped up that whole process, there would be time to like, okay, take a short rest and then make preparations before kind of like the sun went down.
Okay. If you guys want to explore, I can start setting booby traps.
Home Alone.
Yeah, like
Sure.
I really?
Yeah.
Cool. Give me like a couple minutes, and I'm gonna run downstairs. Also, can I borrow your packs for a second?
Yeah, honestly, I'm not strong enough to carry both of my backpacks. I
Yeah,
can
I'm
only
super
carry
strong. I
one.
got you. Yeah. Thanks. Don't come downstairs till I tell you it's done.
Triggs runs downstairs to set up booby traps.
I'm very terrified that we're gonna die accidentally.
Kachi and Gwyn become the sticky bandits.
I just want to know what's behind the locked door. It's just so intriguing. It's like that's where the last clue is going to be.
Well, how did you get into the other door? Did you use a key?
Yeah,
We could try it again.
yeah. I'll see if that key unlocks this door.
Yeah, you try the key from downstairs. I think we can officially call it Bastion's key. And you kind of go to put it in the lock. It doesn't quite line up, but as you touch the lock of this door, Gwyn, give me a wisdom saving throw.
Got him.
8.
Gwyn, you touch the lock of this door, you almost are stepped and it's like you're in like a black room covered with like an inky like oil on the surface. So you just see like the reflection of nothing until a figure steps out of the blackness. A like purple tiefling steps forward, kind of sweeps a hood back off of her head, and like looks at you. Like hands kind of in like the pockets of this robe. What you're looking for, you won't find here. This is the Hallow of Violette. There are answers here, not for you. Stay out, Bastion. I'm solving this. I love you. I've got this covered. And if that dolt of a dwarf is here, go fuck off. And you step back out. You take 8 psychic damage as this vision fades out after having touched this lock.
Whoa, steady there.
Oh, different.
I added that last bit for fun to make fun of the dwarf, but I don't timeline wise, she wouldn't know about the dwarf who's been breaking in.
Okay.
I realized that as I said, I was like, no, doesn't line up.
Interesting.
Okay.
Yes, interesting.
What do you see?
The tiefling, with oil. I was in a room of oil, and she said, "I love you, Bastion, but like what you're seeking for is not here. I've got it handled." It's stressful. Does the door unlock?
The lock.
It does
Yeah, I
not.
was gonna say, is the door unlocked?
The door is still locked. The key
Oh,
doesn't even go in.
Right.
I don't like. Nothing happens when I touch it though.
When you touch the lock, Kachi, you are in this inky void. You hear, "This is the Hallow of Violette. Were the answers you seek or not here? Stay out, Bastion. I've got this covered. I love you." Like the same general spirit of it, and then give me a wisdom saving throw.
No.
And I'm actually gonna go down.
No. You can't.
Okay, 17.
17, you don't take any damage. But as the other memories faded, this one seems to be almost something different, or coming from a different source.
I think if we had more time, we could try to search for a key for this room. But yeah.
Let's hide in the bedroom.
All right.
Nice. head to the bedroom to prepare for a short rest. Triggs downstairs setting up traps. What is Triggs's plan with the downstairs?
Yeah. So at first, I got out all of the rope that I had, and I was thinking of dousing it in holy water, in the basilisk venom. And then I was like, no, they'll be mad at me if I do that, so I'm not going to do that. So instead, I have still used the ropes because I wanted to make buckets hanging from ropes that swung down in doorways just in case, because it sounded cool. Then I've done that in the main kitchen. But instead, what I've done, since we noticed that retouching objects does not re-trigger experiences, I've gone through the house and I've collected all of the things that we've touched so far, and I've put them in like the kitchen. Like I'm looking for like the biggest zone for us to possibly attract to this thing. That seems like the biggest space so far. And I've like tried to like line them up so it's very much like you must confront these things that you've done and these people that you've loved. And then I've also thrown a couple of pots and pans on the ground just to make a little cluttered space because I wanted to add a finishing touch.
Nice. Yeah, you make a big pile of everything because the kitchen is kind of like this dead end that overlooks the greenhouse. So you kind of like say, okay, cool. I'll put everything in the kitchen. It's on the counters and hanging from here, and there's a big old bucket on the archway.
Yeah. And then I go upstairs and I'm like, okay, you guys, and are they passed out?
Because I think it's funny, probably.
Okay, yeah, all right, cool.
It's in my bed.
I will also curl up real quick at the foot of the bed, and I will also try and recover some hit points real fast.
Everyone shares one big bed for a short rest. I mean, the very tiny Owlin, a small child, and a bed that's clearly made for two people. Everyone basically fits pretty fine. With a very sickly, when not transfigured, human, we're able to take a short rest. And we'll also take a little short rest here and take a little bit